Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. This one is for Monday the 21st of August going through until Sunday the 27th of August 2023. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. It's a nice sunny Sunday morning here. It's like 8 in the morning, so it's still nice and quiet. The only thing that you may notice is that I've got these little flies floating around here, so if I'm waving my hands, that's why. And also, this may be the last time you see this park. Fingers crossed, I'm moving next week. But, you know, I'm not one to kind of count my chickens before they hatch, because I went over on Friday to pick up the keys and the estate agent showed up and he had the wrong keys, so we couldn't even get in. So it's a question of whether I can get my stuff into the new place. We'll see how it goes and I'll keep you posted. So you may or may not see this park again, who knows. So what I do in these weekly horoscopes is I go through each day of the week just to see how the planets interact with each other, what energy they create amongst themselves. And the point of these horoscopes then is to make the most of the good stuff that comes along by the planets, and to become aware of and to potentially avoid or to overcome some of the challenges and problems that come along with this. Because we live on planet duality, right? So whenever we get good things, we also get some negatives along with those. They always go hand in hand. So let's have a look then. On Monday, the 21st of August, we have the moon in Libra. So that's nice because the moon is the way you feel, and Libra immediately connects you with other people. So if you're around friends or family, that's going to go very nicely. The moon then squares Pluto in Capricorn. So Pluto is about transformation and change, and Capricorn is the sign of the worker. So if you're working with other people as a team, that's going to go very nicely. You'll be able to express your ideas and to listen and to be receptive and all those things that make that kind of thing work. The Libra moon also sextiles the sun in Leo. It quincunxes Uranus in Taurus and Neptune in Pisces. So you're super confident, you're willing to adapt and to make changes happen. And also you kind of have a vision of what you want to achieve in future and what the whole thing is about. So you don't lose sight of what you've set out to do. The sun in Leo also quincunxes Pluto in Capricorn. So it's really about what can I do in order to affect change and to work towards something practical. So Monday, the 21st, is a really positive day, I feel, where you have this nice can-do kind of attitude. You're willing to roll up your sleeves, to work with other people and to get things done. So overall on Monday, I think it's a good day for teamwork and brainstorming. Making changes to your practical circumstances is very much supported, particularly Uranus in Taurus. It wants you to make changes that are big and that are kind of all-encompassing. So you're not afraid of those kind of things. You have the confidence to stand in your power and to get what you want, so make sure you put your foot down. And that's interesting because if you're working with other people, you know, sometimes it can be easy to kind of go under in a sea of voices if everyone has an idea. But on Monday, it's unlikely that you're not heard, or that you find it difficult to kind of create a space where you can say your piece. So anything that requires you to contribute, or where you want to contribute and other people are involved, look at doing that on Monday. It's a very good day for that kind of teamwork. Tuesday, the 22nd of August, we have the moon going into Scorpio at 1:22 in the morning. So the moon represents your intuition, the mother, your feelings, what makes you feel grounded and at home, right? And in Scorpio, it's in this water sign, which I always kind of describe as the intuitive detective, the psychic detective kind of thing. Because Scorpio is very good at getting to the root cause of what's going on, to take that thing, to identify it, and then to almost acquire it in a sense, to bring it to the surface, to transform it in the light. So Scorpios are very good at dealing with things that may seem dark or that have to do with kind of what's going on internally, and they're able to heal it. So with the moon going into Scorpio at 1:22 in the morning, you immediately have this intuitive sense for things. You're really looking at the core issue of whatever it is that's going on. So in terms of your focus and in terms of what you're looking at, that's likely to be 100% on target here on Tuesday. The Scorpio moon then opposes Jupiter in Taurus. It squares Venus in Leo and it trines Saturn in Pisces. So the Scorpio moon with the opposition with Jupiter, the lucky planet, they're 180 degrees away from each other. And it means that you have very, very strong feelings about certain circumstances that are going on in your life. The axis of Scorpio and Taurus is all about control, right? Scorpio likes the emotional control. It likes to be able to interact with something. And Taurus likes control of the physical world. It likes to be able to make changes dependent on what it thinks is beautiful and charming and comforting. So with those two, you're really going to be all hands on deck, and you may be a little intense here. The square with Venus in Leo continues to make you confident, and the Saturn in Pisces connection allows you to have this inner vision which you're kind of determined to realize. So what I'm trying to say with all of that is, if you have a certain desire or drive on Monday, Tuesday, you can really trust that and listen to it, because it's going to take you in the right direction. Venus in Leo squares Jupiter in Taurus, and that to me is very fortuitous. Venus in Leo is love and beauty and performance and being seen and leadership and confidence, and Jupiter in Taurus is good luck in a physical sense. So if you have any kind of performance kind of things that you need to do this week, so if you're going for a job interview, or you're going to be up on stage, or you have the opportunity to kind of share your message or to publish something, that connection here on Tuesday is very, very positive. Mars in Virgo opposes Neptune in Pisces, and that's interesting because Mars in Virgo is very determined to get the facts and the details and to make sure everything is organized and right. Neptune in Pisces says, oh, just let everything go and dream and listen to the song of the universe. So those two, the combination, I think puts you in a really good spot, because it's earth and water. So you're receptive to hearing the guidance from the higher realms. This is what you're meant to do. This is what's going to work out. Take option A instead of option B. And then Mars in Virgo means you've got both feet firmly planted on the ground, and you're ready and able to take real action. So it's a nice combination on Tuesday. And 22, the 22nd of August, is the master number of the builder, which is just kind of drawing my attention. So I think Tuesday is a good day to build something. So first and foremost, your intuition is heightened. Any creative or intuitive or healing work, all of those kind of things are going to go particularly well. But even before that, just being connected to your higher self goes well. So that's something to look at. You're also in a very good position when it comes to taking these practical actions based on your ideas. So pay attention to what your intuition tells you when it's decision time, and you won't go wrong. So you're right here on Tuesday. Listen to your feelings. They will really, really almost lead you by the hand. Wednesday, the 23rd of August, we have the Scorpio moon, and we've got a lot going on here on Wednesday. When I saw this, I was like, whoa, okay, super intense. So we've got the Scorpio moon, which is intense in itself. Your feelings are kind of switched on, and you pick up like almost as if you have a radar on. You pick up on all these things which usually you're not so sensitive to. It opposes Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus. So these are the things going on in my life, and this is how I feel about it. There's going to be no question around that. It squares Venus in Leo, so I want to insert myself and really shine in this situation and take charge of it. Trines Neptune in Pisces. This is the long-term goal and dream. Sextiles Mercury in Virgo. So these are the facts. These are the details, and this is how I can work with them. Mars in Virgo. It is my total priority and my need in life to get things done, and Pluto in Capricorn, because I can affect real change that will put me in a more comfortable position in my life overall, in general, so I can make my life better. And that's a big kind of feeling or message to have, because when you act on that and you see the results, that will affect you for months and years and on and on and on. The sun goes into Virgo. So the sun is what you're like on a conscious level. It's what you value, it's what empowers you. And with the sun being in Virgo, we're in this earth sign now, which likes order and structure. It likes to resolve chaos, and it likes to be prepared. So anything that needs organizing is supported by the sun in Virgo. And also it's unlikely that you become overwhelmed. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the communication planet, and it's when Virgo is on the receptive mode. It says, give me more information. I want to learn as much as I can so that I can feel secure and informed, right? That's what Virgo likes. So anything that requires you to get on top of things by reading, adding things up, getting things organized, that will be very easy. The Scorpio moon quincunxes Chiron in Aries, so I need to get my feelings I need to first and foremost listen to my intuition and my feelings, and then I need to get what I want. It's like, if I don't get what I want, then I'm upset. Mercury goes retrograde on Wednesday. Okay, so Mercury is one of the personal planets. We've got Mercury, communication, Mars, drive, and Venus, love and birth, right? Or giving life to new things. So with Mercury going retrograde, and I think, no, I know, it goes retrograde until the 15th of September. Pluses and minuses with everything, right? So the plus of Mercury retrograde is that you kind of zoom out of your own life a little bit and you observe and you make sense of things from a much more detached kind of perspective. So you're able to look at alternatives and options that you usually wouldn't consider. So it makes you more open-minded. Excuse me. In terms of the negatives of Mercury retrograde, it makes communication and transportation a little bit more annoying. So emails not being delivered or electronics playing up, you know, the luggage from the plane being delayed, anything that's just a matter of detail where the right thing needs to be in the right place at the right time, those things go a little wobbly often during Mercury in retrograde. So the thing is, plan a little bit more time for things maybe to go a bit wrong, have more patience, and, you know, give everything maybe 10 more minutes than you usually would schedule for, and also check all the fine print and make sure you double check information as you work with it. But the key here is we've got so much connecting with this Scorpio moon, and the Scorpio moon, like I said, is super intensely connected to root causes anyway. So with all these other voices kind of coming in, Wednesday may feel like, ooh, I'm dealing with a lot here and it's up to me to kind of deal with them, which puts a lot of pressure on you. So on Wednesday, overall, there may be some upheavals in your life which could prove upsetting, or things that are unexpected and throw you off track or annoy you or delay you. The key is to look at what can be done, what can be changed, and to leave the rest up to the universe. So do your bit and then let go. You may be critical and unrelenting if you find something unacceptable, and it's really, this day, Wednesday, is about learning to let go of things outside of your control. So the almost obsessive focus is good at getting things organized, but you'll need to pay attention to, this is time to stop. I've done my bit and now it's time to let go of it and to see how things play out. On Thursday, the 24th of August, we still have the moon in Scorpio, so that emotional intensity is still there. It sextiles Mars in Virgo and Pluto in Capricorn. So I have the need to understand something here, and then I want to build and change, and I want to flex my muscles, basically. I want to feel a sense of control. And if you don't get that, again, it can be frustrating. So it's this back and forth of what do I control, where do I let go, and that can often be quite a challenge. So on Wednesday and Thursday, I would pay attention to, this is where I've reached the limit of what I can do, and this is where I now need to let go. The moon goes into Sagittarius at 7 minutes past 10 in the morning. That really helps because the moon in Sagittarius is about the future and what's out there and what I can explore. It's not so much about identifying the root cause. So you literally lighten up through your focus changing. The Sagittarius moon squares the sun in Virgo and Saturn in Pisces. So now everything is a playground. It's not about, going on this emotional treasure hunt and finding where the key answers lie. It's really about, the world is big and wondrous, and there are places that I haven't seen, and there are things that I haven't learned, and I want to broaden my horizons. So it's more about action, this. Mars in Virgo then trines Pluto in Capricorn. You still have the desire to take the information that you've received and to make changes. But remember now that Mercury is in retrograde until the 15th of September, right? So I would say the first 3 days of the week are the best to work with information and to come to your own conclusion, especially with Scorpio helping you by your intuition. But then from Thursday onwards, to be very careful when making big commitments or saying this is the answer. Just if you're super certain, double check anyway, so you don't make mistakes. There is the room for error during a Mercury retrograde. Okay, so on Thursday, you're really in action mode, and you'll want to right some perceived wrongs. So the obsessive kind of focus that you start with at the beginning of the day, that kind of eases up as you continue. And you may now become interested in what's ahead, what's in the future. And that allows you to resolve things in a lighter way. So you remain practical in the moment, but you allow some of the focus to kind of remain on what's ahead, or to start focusing on what's ahead. And it means that you know, sometimes if you're too focused on something, you can almost squeeze the life out of it. And here on Thursday, it's a nice balance between, okay, this is what's going to happen, this is what's happening now, and let me kind of split my focus 50-50 between now and then. And on Thursday, that's a nice combo, because you're not too dedicated to any one thing, so that your blinkers stay off and you can really get the bigger picture. Friday the 25th of August, we have the moon in Sagittarius, forming a square with Mercury in Virgo. So you're really in learning mode. I want to experience, I want to see new things that I'm unfamiliar with. It trines Venus in Leo and Chiron in Aries. So anything that I do that's new and unexpected and fun, that's going to build me up and give me a sense of confidence. So again, action mode, but also fun mode. And it quincunxes Jupiter in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus. So that's really nice, because it means that you can actually find new things to do. You know, this is just an example, but if you have the whole weekend off and you're like, okay guys, let's do something. There are people around you, you've all got the time, and you can go and do something. If everything is closed, then that's really frustrating and disappointing. This is the kind of day where you have the time, you have the opportunity, you possibly have people around you as well, and you will find something enjoyable to do. So something that's unexpected, new, and you can expect a good outcome. Make memories on Friday. So overall, I think it's a really good day to take some time off if you can, and to go on an adventure. There's a strong connection with the physical world / nature. You're very grounded. So if you can get away and see something new on this day, particularly in a practical sense, then you're going to find that empowering and inspiring and very motivating. And I think it's better to spend the time with other people than to do everything by yourself. Saturday, but even if you are on your own, you can still have a good time. The key thing is to explore something new, right? Saturday, the 26th of August, we've got the moon still in Sagittarius, forming a square with Neptune in Pisces and Mars in Virgo. So this is different. This is me galloping off into the kind of spiritual realms and trying to make sense of the bigger picture. What's really going on? What's the spiritual truth of my life right now? The moon goes into Capricorn at 3:05 in the afternoon. So again, that's very much about, okay, there may be a lot going on for me in the higher realms and I may be getting guidance, but what's in front of me and what can I actually work with in the here and now? So it's nice again because you're operating on two levels. The Capricorn moon then trines the sun in Virgo. I want information, I want practical know-how. And it sextiles Saturn in Pisces. So that's interesting because there's an innate sense of I am home associated with Saturday, as far as I'm concerned. I can explore the higher realms, they're open and accessible to me. I can explore the physical world, I can make changes as and when I see the need. And I feel completely cushioned and well positioned in my life. And what struck me about Saturday is that the elements that we've got are fire, water, and earth. Earth and water are feminine, it's about receiving, and fire is about, it's masculine, it's about my purpose, how can I make that happen? So as a combination, I think that your vision of what you want for your life, that returns and is very clear to make sense of. It's combined with your ability to take practical action. And on this day, on Saturday, you also have the motivation and confidence to make a go of something without overthinking it. That's the lack of air. And it depends on what you're like, right? If you never take risks, you may surprise yourself on Saturday. But if you constantly or consistently take risks, watch out for it on Saturday because it may be too much. So you're somewhere nicely cushioned in the middle of doing something exciting and potentially risky where the outcome isn't guaranteed, but good luck is on your side. And it gets you out of your comfort zone if you are unwilling to take risks. And the only thing to watch out for is if you're a natural risk taker to just put the brakes on at times. Yeah. Finally, on Sunday, the 27th of August, we have the Capricorn moon forming a square with Chiron and Aries. So working towards something that I'm interested feels empowering and like I'm taking good care of myself. It trines Uranus and Taurus. I want change for the sake of change. I want to work hard and make something different. Mercury in Virgo and Jupiter in Taurus. So it trines Uranus, Mercury and Jupiter. So I want to understand and I want to control my circumstances. And then with the quincunx in Leo, it's really about I am as happy with myself as, okay, how am I trying to say this? You're going to have this inner measuring stick and you're going to feel as good about yourself as you see yourself to be productive. That's the key quality that you value here on Sunday, which is interesting. The Sun in Virgo opposes Saturn in Pisces, so I'm not so interested in the spiritual now. I want to get things done in the real world. So that could shorten your patience. And Mars goes into Libra, so that's the focus on relationships and seeing things from another person's point of view. So with all the earthy stuff and Capricorn, I think this is another day where you have such a strong focus that it kind of is borderline OCD. It is a good day to get organized, but you know where earlier in the week you had this 50-50 between the now and the future? This is all about the now and you hit it like a ton of bricks. It's almost too much of a good thing. You can get well kind of placed in terms of what the plan is. But I think something that would lighten the load on Sunday is if you become open to relationships and spending time with other people. It will mean that you spread yourself out in a way that's a little bit more balanced. So I would combine Sunday between a focus on what's real and tangible in the here and now, but also what do I feel for other people, what's going on in the higher realms, although that's where I think you'll have the least amount of interest. So if you need any kind of distraction, if you find yourself getting obsessive almost about something that needs to be resolved immediately, then a good distraction that would actually take up some of your focus and attention is other people and how you can enjoy spending time with them. Okay, so that's what I get for you here on for this week, going through Monday the 21st until Sunday the 27th. I hope it gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, scroll down a little bit until you get to the button that says book your reading. Click on that to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, and my intuition. I combine all four things to answer any questions you have. And to draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification with me, please. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events and I actually work out your time of birth, which is kind of important because the chart changes every 4 minutes. So to have your accurate time of birth means that I have an accurate picture of you. And then I can answer any questions you have around life purpose or career, relationships, travel, moving, the future, anything at all. So if you're interested in that, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. I hope you have a wonderful week and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.